one of my biggest tips to anyone.
Guys, absolutely flying. Can't high five him enough.
Morning guys, welcome back to Leeds. I'm very, very tired. I'm back in Leeds for 7 days this time, so I think the last time we were filming together, it was Leeds for 24 hours. It was a whirlwind day, but it was good fun having you guys follow me around, so we're doing it again. Got a big deal on the go at the moment. We're buying a debt book, buying a £5 million debt book at a good discount, so we make a nice 7-figure profit on day one. I'm training with my trainer in Leeds, a guy called Berno, who I've not seen in 6 or 7 months. So it's gonna be fun to get back with him, hit the weights. Any of you guys who follow me regularly know how important my kind of training and exercise has become in my daily routine. So really looking forward to getting that in. And actually one of the main reasons I'm back in England is because I've got Harley for the week. Her mom has got a holiday with her boyfriend. So I've got 7 days with Harley. I'm supposed to be looking after her, hanging out with her. I think as any parent knows, the reality of looking after a 15-year-old means you're an unpaid taxi service, but it's going to be good to see her because obviously I don't get anywhere near as much time with her now that I'm kind of in Dubai and in France. Got staff meetings, and I'm sure as always you'll probably see me make 150 phone calls before we even have lunch. So let's get on with it. So I've got to go and drag Harley out of the bed, make a bit of breakfast, drop her at school, hit the gym and take it from there. So follow me on my journey.
Morning. Is that homework?
It's the equations for physics exam I've got today.
It was bright at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's been awake.
It's not funny.
Last time we came to Leeds, Daniel gave me his car and it didn't work. So I'm praying the battery works. Woohoo! The exam, the exam. You're riding. So what are we going to do about Sunday? Are we going to, I mean, you need to decorate it, but he's everywhere, isn't he? Can't get away from him. Jibber Jabs will be with you at 12:30.
Okay.
Text me when you change, and I'll tell you where to come and make me for lunch.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Passing your call. This is the Vodafone voicemail. Welcome to the EE voicemail.
No one gets up early anymore.
Yeah, all good, have you?
Good. Not that you're not the most important person on my list, but you're the 4th person I called, and you're the only one that answered. So top marks to you. Do that, then I'll be in Halifax for 6 o'clock. Did you send that email? 24 hours in London, I'm just in Leeds now. So if the picture or something on Monday. If the standard rate was say 15. You're all dressed up with your beiges on.
Swap out, mister.
Oh, something that's way 5, yeah?
That's gone, yes.
It's down to 25 to. I'm training with Tony tomorrow.
How are you?
Right. Let's talk about it. Should we start with tennis? That was the easy one. Alright, look, I'm going to go. I'm going to be late for Berno.
So are we happy with how these are?
Yeah, I'll speak to Nikki about some of those bits. We'll just talk to Tony about forecasts. See you soon, love.
Oh, see you soon.
Cheers. Kind of
guess, KYC and AML policy.
Yeah, exciting as you say. All the bases
Look at you! Hey, mate, you're about 30 years younger. Yeah, lean fighting machine. He came to me 5 years ago to start his fitness journey. A very busy professional, as we all know, but always wanted to strive to train, to keep his head clear, and knew that training was a very, very important component to successful in business. And from the moment he started with me, he's never missed a session. He gives his all in everything, which he does in business. With doing that with the training, it inspires him in business as well. He's come back today, he's 41 now, and he's in the shape of his life. He's all over the place. He's in Dubai, lives in Dubai, he's on his boat, he's doing this, but he makes time for his fitness, for his health, because he knows it's a key component to keep ahead of the competition. And today we've gone through a really high intense push and pull session, and the guy's absolutely flying. So from 5 years ago to today, it's been like a bit of a slow process, but consistently turns up. And even if he doesn't want to do that session, he still goes and does it and ticks the box. And it's testament to him for the way he looks and feels now, but also how he's prospering in business. I can't high-five him enough.
So just finished at the gym, firing back over to Leeds, back to the office now. It's great to train back with Berno, you know, along with Harley and Nando's. I think you know, one of the things I miss the most about not being in England is training with Berno. And we used to do 3 or 4 times a week when I was back here, and now obviously I'm here so frequently. Probably get to see him a couple of times every couple of months at best, but he's a great guy, good friend, and he's a great trainer. I kind of find it funny how my whole, I guess, mentality and physical feeling and attitude towards, you know, exercise and health and fitness and everything has changed so much over the last few months. I think, you know, probably one of my biggest tips to anyone is really to find very much what works for you, because I think everyone's got their opinion of what you should do and how you should do it and in what order you should do it. I think one of the old things I always used to hear, for example, was breakfast, the most important meal of the day, and you've got to get up in the morning and you've got to have your breakfast before you do anything else, and, you know, line your stomach and create your fuel for the day. But I think I've found really what works for me is not having any food in the morning. I think for me it's the complete opposite. I mean, what time is it now? It's quarter to 12. I've just had a protein bar just leaving the gym, just because obviously it's important to get some protein in you after a heavy weight session. If I eat first thing in the morning, I mean, really, if I eat before kind of noon nowadays, I feel really, really sluggish. I kind of get slow and a bit depressed, and certainly find it very hard to work out. So, I mean, I wouldn't even say that I'm actively practicing intermittent fasting or anything like that. You know, I mean, look, if I was hungry, I'd eat. I'm not saying I've never had breakfast lately, but it just really, really suits me now not to eat anything, to get a good workout session in the morning. I think for me the important thing about working out in the morning is I really feel it's like energised me, invigorated me and set me up for the day. I think the other thing is, because I know how important it is for me to get the exercise in, because my days are quite fluid, it would be quite possible that, you know, I'd get stuck into a busy day at work, and before you know it, 3 o'clock becomes 5 o'clock, becomes 9 o'clock, becomes midnight, and I've missed my workout and I've not been able to exercise. And, you know, I always say it's, you know, consistency is the key, and it's a slippery slope. You know, first thing you miss today, next thing you miss tomorrow, then you wake up in 4 weeks time and, you know, you've not done anything, you found an excuse. So yeah, look, find what works for you is my kind of health, fitness and exercise tip of the day. Yeah, go for it, yeah. Box all of it. Check the title value of it there. It can potentially be implied if you like. Another rib raising you like somebody. Okay. I'm not selling Steph. So I'm just sat with Steph going through loads of different accounts for all our different companies. I mean, we've got literally dozens of different companies and the accounts that go with them. Obviously, Steph's worked with me for 15 years, so she's used to what some would call my meddling. But I always say that the biggest mistake that business owners ever make is to not understand their accounts and to not get involved with them. That the vast majority of people I come across have no understanding
and no interest really in your accounts either. I'll talk to someone about a loan and we'll have a look at their accounts, we'll have a look at their bank statements, we'll ask them a question, and the answer that always comes back from the business owner is something along the lines of, oh, I don't deal with that, you'll have to speak to my accountant. Ultimately, finances are your lifeblood of your business, your P&L, your cash flow, your balance sheet. If you don't know what's going on with your money, either A, how do you know if you've got enough money, if you're making profit, when's your money going to run out? And B, how do you know if you're not getting fucked by your staff, even if they're not doing things maliciously? I'm not saying you've got to have granular specific skills, but even things that I don't have a heavy interest in or a heavy knowledge of, I still want to know what's going on. I don't know how to run a pay-per-click campaign, for example, on our e-com businesses, but I certainly know enough about it to have an intelligent conversation with the people who do it, and I know enough about it to make sure that I'm not getting fucked. Friends or other business owners, and they always tell me stories where they've been screwed by this person or let down by that person or fucked over by the other person. Ultimately, all these things would have been avoidable if they'd have taken more interest and had more knowledge of the different things. And to be clear, I'm not saying that I'm immune. We've been fucked over by people many times over the years, but accidents are always going to happen, fraud's always going to occur, but things could have been a lot worse if I didn't take the kind of granular interest in things that I do.
So it's 6:30, just arriving in Halifax. The working day still goes on. Just off to see a property that we bought a few weeks ago for one of the beer keller bars that we operate. I actually bought this blind. I bought it from somebody I know, and look, I'm from Leeds and I'm very familiar with Halifax as an area, so it's probably not as wild and reckless as it may sound. I've bought quite a lot of property blind over the years. I tend to buy everything for a specific deal. I'm never emotionally attached to anything that we buy, as long as it ticks the boxes I need it to tick. And everything we do is professionally valued, professionally surveyed, conveyanced with relevant lawyers with necessary PI cover, etc. So it's very difficult for us to go very far wrong on something, even though it may sound a bit crazy to have bought something for almost 7 figures that you've never seen. But it's been fitted out in my absence. It's been up and running for the last couple of weeks. So looking forward to meeting the team and seeing where my money's gone. There we go. Managed to get a reel out from today's gym session already. My exercise or come face, depending on who's looking at it. And as if my days aren't as varied, as exciting enough, I've had Harley's mum on the phone drunk about 20 minutes ago telling me that she's just got engaged. She's on holiday. I think I said earlier in today she's on holiday with a boyfriend, but she's rung me to say they've got engaged whilst there, and she's now messaged me to tell me that I'm banned from the stag do. So furious. I'll have a diet coke or something. Do you want to see what's changing?
What do you think of the building?
It's great. The guys have done a really good job on it. Whenever I invest in businesses, it's always very much about backing the team, and I've got a great team, great operating partner on that business, and even though I haven't seen it, I know that I can trust them to deliver what's needed, whether it's delivering my vision or their vision, but just certainly delivering a profitable vision and bringing in promises on time and on budget. So really happy. On the way back to Leeds now. I'm late for dinner for Harley. It's 8 o'clock. Probably get home about 8:30. And again, I think that's the key thing that, look, to anyone else it may look like a long day. Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit tired because I didn't sleep good last night. I think I went to bed about midnight and I got up at 3:30, 4 o'clock to take Elena to the airport, and I haven't really been back to bed since. But if you love what you do, it never feels like work. I mean, for me, it's just a tired day of doing my hobbies today, seeing people I want to see, looking at businesses that I love to be involved in, and hopefully making some money along the way too. But yeah, looking forward to getting home to Harley. I'm going to go and get some Flying Pizza, which is actually, the Flying Pizza is a restaurant near where I live. when I live in Leeds, and it's actually where I had my first job. You should go onto YouTube and go and find my video where I talk about my first job being a table magician. And literally, I mean, the restaurant's been there for about 45 years. I had my first birthday in there back in 2000, I wish, back in 1981. I had my first birthday there, where I, according to my mother, sucked a mushroom pizza with no teeth. And then when I was 16 or 17, I had my first job there, performing magic tricks for 2 years. Yeah, and now, like I say, you know, 40 years on, still eat there pretty much every night when I'm living in Leeds. And some of the same staff are there actually, who used to be there back in the mid 90s. Yeah, looking forward to that. But check out the video on YouTube, because there's a really important lesson how I worked for 2 years for no pay, or for no basic wage. And that's it for episode 2 of $1 Million Days, living and working with me. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, you know, leave a comment below, share it, tell your friends, and I'll make a lot more of these. I know people like to see what goes on behind the scenes, and I like to show you that as glamorous as everything looks, there's a lot more to business than just jumping on private jets and having fun. It's a lot of stress, but if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.